colour city of Sydney, where the constantly changing skyline illustrates its rapid development and prosperity. It is here Australia, co-host with New Zealand for the series, is to play their opening match at Sydney Cricket Ground. Johnny Waper leads the Australian side onto the field, the great lock forward being the only member of today's 13 who played in the last World Cup series. However, none of the defenders of the championship, captained by Beverly Risman, were in the winning combination 8 years ago. Mercurial halfback Tommy Bishop shakes hands with his rival Billy Smith. The clash between the championship pair promises to be a highlight of the game. The crowd of over 62,000 is the largest to yet attend a cup match. Britain's pack has a mere 6 pounds weight advantage, but their speedy backline is more than 3 stone lighter than the Australians. New Zealand referee Jack Percival signals the start of play, and Langlands drives the kick-off into Great Britain's in-goal area, placing immediate pressure on the visitors as Australia's forwards move up quickly in defence. Britain tries to clear the ruck with long passes, but a hasty delivery causes Bishop to knock on. From the game's first scrum, Ashcroft is penalised for hooking with the nearest foot, almost directly in front of Britain's goal. An easy chance for Eric Sims to score from his initial penalty kick in international football. One of Australia's 3 newcomers, Sims headed last season's point-scoring list in Sydney and is one of a unique band to be chosen for his country before representing his state. It's 2-0. Through Bishop, French and Haig, Britain endeavour to break out of their own half, but Wittenberg foils the attempt. Australia receives a second penalty as Haig incorrectly plays the ball. Another comfortable chance for Sims, and it's there. Australia lead 4-0. Although given little room to move, Britain's backline are prepared to throw the ball about. Sensing an opening, Bishop sends front rower Watson away. Settling down following Australia's early assaults, the tourists intelligently support the man with the ball, but the well-positioned defence contains them. Trying to counter Australia's defensive pattern, Bishop employs a short punt, but Sims fields the ball and sends fellow newcomer John Rhodes away on a thrilling burst along the flank. With sheer pace and a deceptive sidestep, Rhodes beats Risman's tackle, but is taken by Watson and Rennelson inside Britain's territory. Australia are poised for an all-out attack. Greaves to Smith, on to Branson, but he's tripped by his opposite number, Millward, and it's another penalty to Australia. Sims' attempt is wide, the only place kick he's to miss throughout the match. Confusing the defence, Bishop passes to Millward, who ducks under King's tackle. He's grounded by Smith, but sends Brook in to score the first try of the match. And Bishop leads Great Britain's dance of joy. Son of the famed Gus Risman, who 3 times toured Australia and captained Great Britain's 1946 team, Beverly is upholding the family's footballing tradition. His conversion puts Britain in front, 5-4. But soon after, they're penalised again within kicking range, and Sims lands his 3rd goal. Australia 6, Great Britain 5. Australia's backs and forwards frequently combine in passing rushes to test the British defence. Welsh van Sullivan takes Dick Thornett. The second rower plays the ball quickly before the opposition forms up, and the Kangaroos continue the thrust. Percival penalises Britain for being inside 5 yards, and when they fail to retire, advances the penalty spot 10 yards, giving Sims yet another easy shot. Australia increase their lead to 8-5. Percival and linesman Montgomery confer following Montgomery's report of Shoebottom's late tackle of Sims. The fullback had been grounded following his kick downfield from inside Australia's half. Percival awards the penalty at the spot where the ball landed, close to Britain's 25, and Sims has a chance to add 2 more points. A handy 10-5 lead. The Kangaroos' scrummaging improves, and taking full advantage of their greater share of possession, the backs run the ball. Branson's clever dummy splits the defence. On to King, and Australia are looking dangerous. Hook grasses King, but a snappy play the ball to Langlands allows the attack to continue. Wafer's pass to Greaves goes astray, but backing up, Thornett gathers and sends Beatson crashing for the line. He's over, but is unable to force the ball as Britain defends desperately. Percival signals no try, a line dropout. With precision like kicking, Millward makes a fine individual effort, penetrating deep into Australia's domain. Greaves is unable to gather cleanly as Millward follows on. Sims swoops on the ball, but is ruled offside, and Britain is awarded a penalty to be taken by Risman. Right through the centre. At half-time, it's 10-7 in Australia's favour. Shortly after the resumption, Coote races into the clear. Brook gives chase, but Coote slips the ball to Greaves. Backing around, Coote takes a return pass, and he's over for one of the best tries of the series. Here's the try again. After a simple conversion by Sims, Australia lead 15-7. Striving to drive home the advantage, the Kangaroos launch another raid, but it's brought to ground by the untiring Bishop. Keeping the ball moving, Australia wait for an opening. Wittenberg sends 16-stone Beatson charging through a gap, but Sullivan takes him safely, and Beatson loses possession. King retrieves, and the Australians, smartly filling in the gaps, carry play on. Coote is stopped by Clark, but from the play the ball, Smith tries for a field goal. The kick is charged down by Clark, but gathering cleanly, Sims sets off on an elusive run. With perfect understanding, Raper and Branson combine to send Smith spearing through a narrow opening, and the Quicksilver halfback wins the race for the line. With Sims kicking his 7th goal, Australia take control of the game. As Beatson loses possession, Bishop, who's never off the ball, gathers and sends Roger the Dodger Millward away on a bewildering dash towards the line. Following on, Millward forces King to make a hasty save. Britain are making a determined bid to get back into the game, and Sullivan, skirting the touchline, runs around Rhodes and Thornett to go in for a fine individual try. But the home side still hold a commanding advantage, 20-10. This is soon increased as Wafer crosses for Australia's 3rd try. Making a remarkable international debut, Sims converts. Kicking 8 goals from 9 attempts, he scores 16 points of Australia's